Yep, that's me. I will say for anyone who is enjoying the music, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to be talking for the next 15 minutes. For anyone who thought the music was too loud or didn't like it, you can thank me later. It's nice to see a nice mix of people today, some old faces, some new faces, we got a brother from another mother over there, we got a sister from another mister, we got a friend from another front end, I guess, that counts. For anyone wondering, by the way, why I call myself Callum Blue, one, because of the hair, and two, because it usually describes my mood. So, yeah, just sums it up quite well. I'll start off properly, though, by saying if tonight goes really badly, then I'll have something in common with Russia for once, as in we both would have bombed tonight. Ooh. The really depressing part about that, though, wrote it months ago, and it still applies. That's fine, keeps me in the job. Also, though, speaking of communism, if you ever go back to a girl's place and she's got a big, tapestry of, communist Russia, it's a red flag, that is. But, even though that was a thing, it was nice to be with a girl that actually had a house for a change. And I say that because I dated a girl who was homeless recently. And the date itself went all right. But the best part was when the date was over, you can drop her off wherever you wanted. One tip I did learn, though, from dating a homeless person, never give homeless people, money because they'll just spend it on drugs and alcohol. So the best thing to do is buy them drugs and alcohol directly, and then what little money they do have, they'll spend it on, food and shelter and shit. It's great. Yeah. And, you might be thinking, why is he dating communists and fucking homeless people for? Well, I'll just say my life motto is, how can I face my problems when my problems are my face? Yeah, I wouldn't laugh too much at all those homeless jokes. So, poverty's at an all-time high. By the end of my set, half of us will probably be homeless ourselves. That's just how it goes. Apparently it's so bad between all the poverty and the low food, the low fuel, the extreme heat. I heard Ethiopia's actually doing a comic relief for us next year. So that'll be quite good, yeah. Incidentally, anyone ever been to Ethiopia or anything like that before? No? No, they've got really nice food. I mean, they haven't had any of it, but they've heard it's quite nice. I did actually have a friend tell me with an uneasy amount of enthusiasm that a lot of parts of Africa have a really low age of consent. But this was coming from the same guy who used to work at a barber's because he loved the idea of grooming kids. So it wasn't out of character for him, If anyone thinks I'm coming across as a bit of a cunt, you're not wrong. But I'd like to think I'm a good person, to a degree. I mean, I'm so good, in fact, I don't have to give money to charity. Charity gives money to me. By that I mean I work for a charity, so they legally have to. But, either way, it's a charity for deaf people, so still, still for the greater good. I actually remember during my interview process, they were just talking through the most commonly used signs, in sign language, like hello, thank you, please, tea, coffee, all that kind of stuff. And I just remember nervously saying, I wonder what the least common used signs are. Would it be something like, help me, I have no hands? Luckily, they couldn't hear me, so I got the job. How else can I convince you I'm a nice person? I'm quite close to my family, or at least what's left of them, because my father left when I was a kid, which is quite a shock, really, because my mother and father were like childhood sweethearts, or at least one of them was a child at the time. It was different in the 90s, I don't know. But yeah, either way, just an example. I remember being in the living room the other week and just, going downstairs and just poking and tickling my little sister's toes. And my mother just kind of turned around to me annoyingly and went, you can at least wait until she's born, I was excited, okay? Not in that way. That's always been a really important thing to my mother, though, just the idea of family and everything, My mother could be on her deathbed, like really, really ill. Like, I mean, she could have the word terminal written all over her more than a fucking airport. And she'd just be like, look after your sisters and make sure you cremate me. So, obviously, I'm not going to cremate her. And I know what you're thinking, again, not something somebody not nice would say, but let me explain. So my mother, she believes in, she's quite a spiritual person. I think that's the nice way of putting it. She believes in the supernatural and ghosts and all that stuff, whereas I, on the other hand, am right. And, she'd try and convince me for years the ghosts were a real thing, so I kind of made a deal with her and said, look, okay, we really want to be cremated, so how about when you die, I won't cremate you, and you either come back and haunt me, and you just prove that you're right, and I'll just try and forgive you, myself, and maybe I could burn you afterwards or something, I don't know how it works. Or, you don't haunt me, because you're dead, and you'll never know, and then I just pop you outside every Halloween. It's a win-win, really. I did actually tell her this plan, and she really, really hates it, which is great for me, because, at least it gives me something to look forward to when she dies, because I know she sure as shit isn't leaving us anything. So... some other things about me besides trying to convince myself and you lot that I'm a nice person. I'd compare myself to a clitoris. Yeah, overly sensitive. Sometimes hard to find. Usually wears a hood. And considered unimportant by most people. Chances are, if you've been here on a Thursday before, you might have seen me before. A lot of people usually come up to me at these open mics and say, oh, when you're on, you're going to perform, blah, 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 you're a musician. I'll be honest, I barely have enough talent in me to listen to music properly, let alone play anything. But, I'd say, like, the hosts, the open mic itself, the staff, the venue, it's all, it's all great. So I take it as a compliment anyway. Saying that... Barry does kind of remind me of a dead body. And, again, bear with me. It's like, from afar, it's this still, elegant, beautiful thing with a history. But up close, it smells like piss, and you can see all the cracks. Sometimes literally. What I do see, though, more in Cardiff than Barry, is, those girls, the ones that were really popular in school, but now they've got an addiction to paracetamol and they've got 4 babies by 5 different men somehow. You see them on the night out, and the way that they dress, I know I can't say much, but the way that they dress, I'm sitting there going, right, I've seen a muffin top before, but that's the entire fucking cake. Just not dressing appropriately at all. I've seen abusive parents have better support than the bras that they wear. And at the end of the night, they could be sitting there just taking a piss outside of a kebab shop, not wearing a skirt or a dress, just be normal trousers. And, they think they got the lives of a fairy tale princess or something. They'll go up to, the taxi rank at the end of the night, just expecting somebody to go up to them and go, your carriage awaits. Your miscarriage, maybe. Speaking of bints, now, I know everyone who knows me, their eyes just kind of lit up because they think I'm going in one direction, but I'm actually going in another direction. So just to let you know. But, if we were talking about the person I'm not talking about, I won't name them, but I'll say that their stage name rhymes with Crazy Shrew. And now I wish all of you did know who I was talking about, because it's a fucking great joke, and also it's true. Anyway, no. Speaking of bins, I'm actually talking about the whole, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial. I'm sure a lot of you probably watched at least the highlights. Who'd have known fucking trials would have highlights now on YouTube and TikTok and shit, but, they do. Personally, I think they're both really horrible, toxic people. But one ironic thing they actually have in common is Amber Heard and Pirates of the Caribbean 4. Both terrible, despite having Johnny Depp in them. Yeah. There we go, you got it now. Just slowing down now and having a look back, I think the last 5-10 minutes has just been really sexist and inappropriate. So I'll dial it back a bit. You know, we'll go for some nice, just dad jokes. You know, some nice one-liners, just to really cleanse the palate. I think that'll help everyone. So we'll go for that. Yeah, there's nothing bad. You know, stuff you can actually tell your kids. Right. Let's start with these. What do you call a sexually abused Pokemon? Vulvasaur. All right, now I'm done. It's all out to me, I swear. That's what I said to the Pokemon. But it's all out to me. Right, nice ones. Okay. What do you call the fear of Middle Eastern spiders? Arachnophobia. What's something a drug dealer and a ghost can be arrested for? Possession. What do you call a theatre production about the alphabet? A play on words. Yeah. What does my bank card and my father have in common? They're both contactless. The best jokes are the ones that are true. I'm not done yet, don't worry, there's one more. What is something I wish my life had in common with the set? That it would be over in the next 5 seconds.